up, my listeners? Tay has something to say, but before we get into the video, please subscribe if you have not already, like this video at the end, and share a comment down below. All right, so a little disclaimer before we get into this video. These actions that I'm about to explain to you do not reflect the current actions that I have. I am not a thief. This is just a lesson learned. It's a video that I wanted to record for you guys because with all that's going on in the world today, I was feeling really down and I thought about this story and I instantly chuckled. So hopefully with the little bit of, I hate to say joy, but joy that this story brings me, I hope it cracks a little smile on your face because I know it's a lot going on in the world today. So just grab a snack, a drink, and listen to my story. I am going to tell you guys about when I got caught stealing. Like I said, these do not reflect my current decisions that I've made, but it was a time in my life where I was young and dumb, and to keep it real with you guys, I'm gonna keep it hot. I want my channel to be a channel where I'm open and honest, and here we go. Here's the first video where I'm actually sharing some incriminating news. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna start by just saying I'm not gonna name the store because I'm probably still not allowed in the store, but this was so long ago. This happened in 2006. I was a freshman in high school and I was going through some stuff. I was just going through some stuff. You know, being a freshman in high school, that was the one year that I didn't make the cheerleading squad, and I'd been cheering for 3 years already, and I was just torn down inside, and I didn't know what to do with myself. But anyway, so one day after school, I came home and I take a nap. My dad had picked me up from school that day and came home, went straight in my room and lay down. So I get up and I have this urge to go to the store. So I went to the store. Before I left, I told my dad, I said, hey dad, I'm going to the store. And he was just like, oh, okay, you need some money? Like, what's going on? I was like, no, I don't need any money. Let me go back. So I remember very, very vividly having a conversation with one of my classmates before this happened. And she was just like, hey, like, you like this bag? I was like, yeah, I like your bag, that's cute, or whatever. And I was like, where'd you get it from? She told me the store that she got it from, and I was like, okay, how much was it? That's really cute, like, to carry your books and stuff in. And she was like, I stole it. And I'm like, you stole it? Like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, the people at this store, they don't care, they don't even pay attention to you. And I was just like, okay, you know, whatever, you got away with it. She told me that she steals from the store all the time, and so I was just like, okay, whatever. Let's go back to where I was. I tell my dad, I said, okay dad, I'm going to the store. He asked me if I needed some money. No, I don't need any money. So I go into the store, I have my little purse or whatever with me, and I go straight through the clothes aisle and I take some socks. And I was gonna pay for the socks at first, but then I went back to this conversation that I had with one of my classmates, and I'm like, I don't have to spend money on the socks, you know, whatever, I don't have to spend money on that. But put them in my bag. All of a sudden I'm walking, you know, around, because she was telling me, like, you don't want to make any sudden moves, you don't want to I'm like, her voice was in my mind as I'm doing this. But anyway, and so as I'm walking around the store, I feel people looking at me. So I'm thinking like, oh yeah, somebody's looking at me. Somebody knows that I have done this. I try to stay calm and walk around the store and keep looking at stuff, and I think I took like 1 or 2 more things. So then I walked out. As I approach the exit, I hear a lady say, excuse me, ma'am, come here. And I was like, oh, shite. A couple things that you need to know before I continue the story. I literally woke up from my nap and decided to walk to the store. Now, the store was right across the street from my house, so it really wasn't that far. And my dad even said, do you need money? All right, but I I thought my crap didn't stink. I'm like, no, so she says, ma'am, come with me. And she was like, you know you're in trouble, right? And I was like, in trouble, like jail trouble? And she was like, yeah, I can get you for grand larceny. That's how I know what that is. Like every time somebody says grand larceny, my mind automatically goes back to this moment in my life. I think she was just trying to scare me, whatever. So she takes me into this little office place and she's just like, empty out the bag. Real mean, just hold up, lady. I mean, okay. I emptied out the bag and I had literally like socks, some hair ties, something else in there. But then she added it up and it only added up to be like $10 or $11 if I can remember correctly. And she was just like calling someone on the phone. Yeah, we need you down here. We have theft and blah, 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 blah on the phone. I'm like, yo, this is the last thing I need. Like, I'm just going into high school and my mom is already like on edge because I hadn't been making the best decisions with being in high school. So it was just like a lot going on I did not need. She called my mom. She was like, what's your mom's number? Because I was a minor. And my mom was completely livid. I called my dad because, like I said, my dad was just across the street. They got there, of course, and my mom was pissed. I had never seen my mom so mad in my entire life, and that says a lot. They started asking me questions like what school I went to and what grade I was in, and I'm wearing like a sweatshirt that had my school's name on it. Just, I don't know. I don't have any answers. I really don't know. She's telling me, she was just like, you know, we're gonna, you know, run this through and we're gonna see if charges are gonna be pressed, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God. And she was like, we'll let you know. And then she was like, you know, if we press charges, we can just come pick you up from school. You don't have to worry about it. And I'm like, oh my God. Pick me up from school? That's embarrassing. Like, I'm already a freshman, and to be picked, I was scared. I was literally scared. So my mom, of course, I go home and I remember that ass whooping. I'll never forget it. Sorry. I'm 29 and that still haunts me. Yeah, everybody was concerned, like, how do you just wake up out of your sleep and decide that you're gonna go steal? Like, who does that? But mind you, the conversation that I had with, she wasn't even my friend, this rando in one of my classes was just like, oh, she got away with it. Boo boo. You can't get away with stuff like that. Your little black self will be in jail at the age of 15. That ain't cute. After that was definitely a lesson that I learned quickly. I never took anything. Can I borrow your pencil? Yeah, I'll bring it back. Yeah, I'm not about to be stealing nothing. That scared me. If you want to talk about being scared straight, I was scared straight. I think it was like the next day, the next couple days, my mom called me and said that they had reached out and said that they weren't going to press any charges. My mom was still very disappointed in me, and I think I might be still grounded. She's like, Octavia, you know better completely. And I did. I have no idea. I can't explain what was going through my mind. For less than $10 almost, like, that's completely ridiculous. But now that we talk about it, me and my mom laugh about it. She's just like, do you know what happened? Do you know what's going through your mind? And I'm like, I don't know what was going through my mind. I really don't, to this day. Like that was one of the times where I quickly learned that because of the color of my skin, I really cannot get away with little petty things like that. Like, no ma'am. And it's just not in my character at the end of the day. And now that I teach 9th graders, I know that the 9th and 10th grade age is a very pivotal age, and it's very, you're still looking for who you are and trying to figure out who you are, and it's just a lot going on. And that was one of the times where I go back, even when I teach. My students know this story, but even when I teach, I'm just like, you know, oh yeah, I remember how I was at that age. It happened, and it's a part of my story, even though it does not define who I am today. But yeah, so that's just a little story that I wanted to share with you guys. In the midst of everything that's going on in the world today, I found that actually put a smile on my face, because it's actually quite funny for me to be able to look back at, but I'm very fortunate to be able to look back at it and, you know, reminisce and things like that, because a lot of people of color weren't afforded the opportunity to be able to look back on a situation and say, oh, I remember that and I got out of that and I was good. I'm thankful that I'm able to speak about it now, because hearing all of these stories about these young African-American people who are not able to look back on situations and tell about them, it really is unfortunate. It's scary, it's sad. But anyway, that kind of leaves me on my last note. There are a couple of petitions that I have signed just in the uprising of George Floyd's death and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery. So if you want to sign those petitions to make sure that these people receive their justice, please check the link out in my description box. Also, the case of Kendrick Johnson, we are petitioning, well, I say we because I am definitely petitioning that this case gets reopened so that Kendrick can receive the justice that he deserves. I will put that link in the description box below so you can sign it and get this, we can help get this case reopened. Well, that's all that I have to say today, guys. Hope that you found a little chuckle in your spirit by this story. Again, I'm very thankful that I was able to share this story with you guys. And I'm gonna leave you in the words of one of my favorite current activists and comedian, Amanda Seales. Stay safe, and if it applies to you, stay black. Peace.